If you're over 60 and notice your strength slipping away, I have a message that might shock you. It may not be aging. We've been told for decades that losing muscle, getting frail, and feeling weaker is just a natural, inevitable part of getting older. We're taught to accept it like gray hair or wrinkles. But what if I told you that much of the physical decline we attribute to the calendar is actually caused by a single, hidden daily habit that most seniors repeat without even realizing it? When you buy into the myth that muscle loss is normal, you stop fighting for your vitality. But the consequences of inaction are devastating. We're talking about a slower metabolism that makes weight gain effortless, a significantly higher risk of falls, and the gradual, terrifying loss of independence. It starts with needing help to open a jar and ends with needing help to get out of a chair. But here's the truth: your birth certificate isn't stealing your strength, your habits are. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which common daily ritual is destroying your muscle fibers and, more importantly, the simple, science-backed way to reverse it. You aren't past your prime. Your body is just waiting for the right signal to rebuild. Let's look at what is actually happening under the surface. What actually happens to muscles after 60? To fix the problem, we have to understand the mechanics. Medical professionals call age-related muscle loss sarcopenia. While it sounds like a scary diagnosis, it's actually a process that begins slowly in our 30s and accelerates after 60. However, here's the nuance. While a natural decline exists, it is incredibly slow. The rapid muscle loss most people experience is lifestyle-accelerated decline, not biological destiny. Your muscles are dynamic tissues. They respond to three primary inputs: amino acids, protein, mechanical load, resistance, hormonal signals. Even at 70, 80, or 90, your body still possesses the cellular machinery to repair and build muscle. The anabolic window, your body's ability to grow muscle, never slams shut. It just requires a louder knock to open. After 60, your muscles become slightly less sensitive to the signals they used to ignore. The real issue isn't that you're too old to have muscle. It's that your current daily routine is sending a loud, clear signal to your body that it no longer needs that muscle. The real culprit, the habit that destroys muscle. So what is this muscle-destroying habit? It's the combination of chronic underproteinization and prolonged micro-inactivity. Most seniors follow a specific dietary pattern: a light breakfast, toast or cereal, a modest lunch, a sandwich, and a large dinner with meat. This back-loaded protein intake is a disaster for muscle maintenance. Because seniors have higher anabolic resistance, a small amount of protein at breakfast does nothing to trigger muscle growth. Your body essentially spends 18 hours a day in a catabolic state breaking muscle down, and only a few hours at night trying to repair it. Combine this with the habit of prolonged sitting. We aren't talking about being lazy. We're talking about the 3-hour block spent watching news or reading without standing up. In your 20s, your body could handle a sedentary day. After 60, long periods of sitting send a chemical signal to your muscles to shut down. Because muscle is metabolically expensive to keep, your body, trying to be efficient, simply begins to dissolve it. It follows the ultimate biological law: use it or lose it. Why this habit is so dangerous after 60? Why is this habit more dangerous now than it was 20 years ago? It comes down to anabolic sensitivity. In your youth, your body was hormonally loud. You could eat a bagel and sit on the couch, and your growth hormones would still keep your muscles somewhat intact. After 60, that volume is turned down. To get the same muscle maintenance signal, you actually need slightly more protein and more frequent movement than a 30-year-old. Without this stimulus, the body enters a downward spiral. As you lose muscle, your metabolism drops. As your metabolism drops, you gain fat. As you gain fat, systemic inflammation rises, which further breaks down muscle. This isn't just about looking toned, it's about joint protection. Muscle is the shock absorber for your knees and hips. When the muscle goes, the joints take the hit. Your independence is literally built on your muscle fibers. How to reverse it? Step 1. Fix protein intake. The first step to reversal is changing how you eat, not just how much. Protein distribution is king. You cannot save up your protein for dinner. To trigger muscle synthesis after 60, you need roughly 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein at every meal, especially breakfast. The leucine factor. Look for foods rich in leucine, an amino acid found in whey, eggs, Greek yogurt, and lean meats. Leucine is the on switch for muscle repair. The breakfast shift. Swap the toast for eggs or Greek yogurt. Consistency. If you only hit your protein target at dinner, you are losing muscle for the other 20 hours of the day. This isn't an extreme diet, it's a strategic refueling. You are giving your body the raw materials it needs to stop the breakdown phase. Step 2. Break the sitting cycle. The second step is to stop the inactivity signal. You don't need to run marathons. You need to interrupt the stillness. Research shows that breaking a sitting period every hour by simply standing up and walking for 2 to 5 minutes can significantly improve how your muscles handle blood sugar and protein. Post-meal walks. A 10-minute walk after lunch tells your body to send those nutrients to the muscle rather than storing them as fat. Micro habits. Use commercial breaks or the end of a chapter in a book as a cue to do 5 sit-to-stands from your chair. These small, consistent signals tell your nervous system that these muscles are still in use, which prevents the body from decommissioning them. Step 3. Add light resistance training. If protein is the brick and movement is the signal, resistance training is the architect. You do not need to be a bodybuilder to benefit from resistance training. Lifting a light weight, using a resistance band, or even using your own body weight creates micro tears that force the body to grow back stronger. Safety first. It is perfectly safe to start at 60, 70, or 80. Start with movements like wall push-ups, chair squats, or bicep curls with a water bottle. The payoff: resistance training doesn't just build muscle. It increases bone density and insulin sensitivity. Reframe exercise. You aren't working out to lose weight. You are protecting your armor. Stronger legs mean better balance. Better balance means fewer falls. Fewer falls means a longer, more independent life. Important nuances most people miss. While protein and movement are the pillars, a few hidden factors can sabotage your progress. Sleep. Muscle isn't built in the gym. It's built while you sleep. If you aren't getting 7 hours, your cortisol, stress hormone, levels rise, which actively eats away at muscle. Hydration. Muscles are mostly water. Dehydrated muscles are weaker and more prone to injury. Calorie restriction. Many seniors try to lose weight by eating less, but if you don't eat enough, your body will burn muscle for energy. Never cut calories so low that you sacrifice protein. Consultation. Always check with your doctor before starting a new exercise routine, especially if you have pre-existing heart or joint conditions. Quick recap. What to change starting today? Let's simplify this into an immediate action plan. Reject the myth. Stop saying, "I'm just getting old." Start saying, "I need to give my body better signals." The rule of 30. Aim for 30 grams of protein at breakfast. The hourly reset. Never sit for more than 60 minutes without standing for 2 minutes. Load the muscle. Commit to 15 minutes of light resistance, bands or weights, twice a week. Small habits don't feel like much today, but over 3 to 6 months, they compound into a completely different physical reality. Muscle loss after 60 is a choice, not a life sentence. Your body is incredibly resilient and remarkably stubborn. It wants to be strong, it just needs you to provide the tools. You have the power to reclaim your strength, your balance, and your future. I want to hear from you. How much protein are you currently getting at breakfast? Is it a piece of toast, or are you hitting that 30-gram goal? Let's talk about it in the comments. If you found this helpful, share it with a friend or a loved one over 60. Let's stop the frailty myth together. Don't forget to subscribe for more practical, science-based tips on staying strong and independent for life. Start today. Your future self will thank you for the strength you built this morning. Would you like me to create a 7-day high-protein meal plan specifically tailored for a senior's nutritional needs?